Hello, my name is Russell Kenny. In this short video, I'm going to show you how you can set up rules and alerts in Outlook 2010. What this means is when you receive an email or when you send an email, you can set up a rule so that Outlook will do something with that email. I'll show you an example. I'm going to click on this File tab up here. This is what's replaced the Office button in Outlook 2007. And there are 4 buttons here I can choose to click on. I'm going to go to this one, Rules and Alerts. Although you can actually set up rules as well, simple rules, through this one, Automatic Replies. This is where you can set up an automatic reply when you're out of the office. And this is covered in another video that I've made. This one is the full Rules and Alerts. So I'm going to click on this one. And this dialog box appears. So I'm going to create a new rule. Click on New Rule here, and it offers me a number of different templates for rules that I can set up. I'm going to create a rule from scratch, though. I always find it best to do that. It'll take you through the various stages of creating the rule. So that's at the bottom here, and you can apply a rule on messages when you receive them, or you can apply a rule on messages when you send them. The more usual one, though, is this one, applying rules on messages when you receive them, when they come into your inbox. So I'm going to choose that and go to Next. So here it says, what conditions do you want to check? Now, if you don't set any conditions, then this rule will be applied to all emails that you receive, or all emails that you're sent. So the idea of this stage is to narrow it down, so this rule will only be applied to some emails that you receive. And you can do it based on setting it so it'll only apply it to emails that are sent from a particular person or particular people. Or with this one, you can set it so it'll only operate the rule on emails with a particular word or words in the subject. You can do it this one where it'll only apply it to emails that are set to be important with the important. You can make it important or not important when you create an email. And there's lots of other conditions that you can choose. Just read down and have a look at some of those. I'm going to choose the top one, though, from people or public group. And when you do that, I don't know if you can see when I click on that, a little thing appears at the bottom. So when I say I want it from people or public group, down here it comes up with this link. And so down the bottom here, what you've got to do is you've got to say, well, which people or which public group. So I'm going to click on that. And you could then choose, if it was an LSBU member of staff, you could choose which member of staff it was by just searching for them and adding them to this box down the bottom. Or even if it's someone who's not in LSBU, and that's what I'm going to do here, you could just type in their email address. So I'm going to type in my Gmail address. And click on OK. It's now set, so it'll apply this rule to any emails received from this email address down here. Just going to go to Next. The next stage is it says, what do you want to do with the message? So once you've said, operate this rule on these incoming messages, this is how you say what you want to do with it. And a very common thing that you might want to do with it is move it to a particular folder. You can also do other things down here. You can delete it, permanently delete it, which means it won't actually even put it into the trash. It'll sort of completely get rid of it. You can move a copy of it to a particular folder. You can forward it to particular people. And there's lots more. Again, read down all the different things that you can do with the message message that you've identified. So I'm doing this one, move it to a specified folder. And again, when I choose that, if you look down the bottom of that dialog box down here, and I put a tick in there, it brings up another little link. So here what I've got to do is say, well, which specified folder? So I'm going to click on that, and I've created a folder here, look, within the inbox called a test folder. So I'm going to click on that and click OK. And so it now knows which folder it's going to move these messages that it catches into. So they won't come into the inbox. They'll be moved, or as soon as they do, they'll be moved immediately to this other folder. I'm just going to go to next. The next stage is, are there any exceptions? So it's going to, in my case, any emails from that Gmail address will be put into the folder that I specified. But I could say, well, don't do it if there's a particular words in the subject there. In this case, I'm not actually going to put any exceptions, but you can define quite closely which messages are going to be affected by accepting some messages based on the things that you can read about here. So I'm going to leave that blank because I don't want any exceptions in this case. Next, it then says, what name do you want for this rule? It suggests the name of the email address that the messages are going to come from, that this rule is going to be applied to. You can call it anything you like, and you can turn on this rule for future emails. What you can also do, if you put a tick in this box here, you can apply this rule to any messages that are already in the inbox. So that if I'd already had some messages from this person and I click on here and then go to finish, it will look through the inbox looking to see if it finds any messages from this person, and it will move them to that folder. But this one, turn on this rule, this will only be applied to messages I receive from now. And that's what I'm going to leave it on. I'm now going to click on finish. So that rule is now created, and now going to click on OK. So that rule has now been created. I'm going to test it out. Let's just go back to my emails. And you can see in a test folder there are no emails at the moment, and in inbox there are no emails from that email address. So what I'm going to do, just to show that it works, is going to go to the Gmail account that I spoke about before. I'm going to compose a message. I'm going to send it to the email address that I specified. Just put something simple in the email, like that, and then I'm going to send it. So that email has now been sent to my LSBU email account. Well, let's have a look. So in inbox, it doesn't seem to be there, that email, but if I have a look in a test folder, you can see that email actually is there. So the email's come in, but it hasn't gone into the inbox, it's been diverted into this other folder. Okay, that's the end of this little video. Thank you very much for watching.